Cataract surgery is an amazing procedure that can restore a lot of clarity and a lot of function to your vision. But did you know that there's actually quite a few vision problems that cataract surgery won't fix or can't help? In today's video, I'll cover 7 common vision problems that cataract surgery actually doesn't improve. That way, you can have realistic expectations for your cataract surgery and a clear understanding of what it will and what it won't improve. Now, real quick, before we jump into it, my name's Brad Sifrig. I'm a board-certified cataract surgeon, and this is the Cataract Companion channel, a channel I made to help patients have a better understanding of cataract surgery so they can get their best result. All right, let's jump into it. So a cataract is just the natural lens inside your eye that's gotten clouded as you've gotten older and with age. We're all born with a natural lens that's real clear when we're young, and every year we get older, that lens gets a little bit more clouded. When it's cloudy enough where it's starting to affect the vision, we call it a cataract. Cataract surgery is, in its most basic sense, really just a 2-step procedure. First, we're removing that clouded lens or the cataract from the eye, and second, we replace that lens with a new clear artificial lens. With that little bit of background out of the way, let's jump into the problems that cataract surgery actually won't fix for your vision. So problem number 1 is a common one, a very common one, which is floaters. Most people have at least a few floaters in their vision. Floaters are little shadows that you'll notice drifting in and out of your vision. Sometimes they're more noticeable in certain lighting conditions, and they typically will actually move in the vision, especially as you're moving your eye. What exactly is a floater? Well, a floater is actually in the back part of the eye in what we call the vitreous jelly. So the vitreous is a clear jelly that fills that large chamber of the eye. Now that vitreous, as we get older, can accumulate a little bit of debris in it, or sometimes it can coagulate in certain areas. And those areas of a little bit of degeneration in the vitreous can actually cause a little bit of a shadow that casts back onto the retina, which is why you notice it in your vision. Because floaters are in the vitreous, they're in the back part of the eye, whereas the cataract and the cataract surgery is all in the front part of the eye, we're not doing anything to address the floaters at the time of cataract surgery. That means any floaters that are there will still be there after cataract surgery. Sometimes with the improvement in your vision and the better clarity in your vision from having cataract surgery, those floaters can actually be a little bit more noticeable, especially early on. Now floaters, like with anything else, tend to get better with time because the brain will kind of start to tune it out where you're not noticing them as much. Rarely after cataract surgery, floaters could get a little bit worse, especially if that vitreous jelly separates from the back of the eye. Now that's a normal process called the posterior vitreous detachment that happens just about everyone eventually. But when that posterior vitreous detachment or PVD happens, it does tend to stir up some new floaters. So if you're noticing worsening floaters or a change in floaters after cataract surgery, make sure to let your surgeon know. They may want to take a look at your eye, as floaters can very rarely be a sign of a retina problem. That brings us to problem number 2 that cataract surgery won't fix or improve, and that is dry eye. The most common symptoms that people have from dry eye is irritation on the surface of the eye, a feeling of dryness, or a feeling like there's something there like an eyelash or sand in the eye. People can also experience fluctuating vision throughout the day, where sometimes the vision's more clear and other times it's not very clear at all. Dry eye is an incredibly common problem to the point where just about everyone has some degree of dry eye. If you're experiencing a lot of fluctuation in your vision throughout the day, or if you're experiencing a feeling of dryness or irritation on the eye, those are not caused by the cataract. The reason for that is that the cataract's inside the eye and it doesn't have any nerve sensation, so cataracts pretty much never cause any eye pain or discomfort. Because the cataract's also always there, it changes very slowly over the course of months to years. It doesn't cause fluctuation in the vision. If the cataract's blurring the vision, it's just going to be blurred all the time. So cataract surgery will not improve dry eye. Sometimes in the first few weeks after cataract surgery, it can be a little bit worse, although long term, there tends not to be a major change. The good news is that even though cataract surgery doesn't fix dry eye, nowadays we have a whole plethora of treatment for dry eye, starting with artificial tears, but going all the way up to medicated drops or even procedures to help with dryness. So if you have dry eye, don't expect it to be better after cataract surgery, but know that there is a lot of options that can improve dry eye symptoms. Okay, problem number 3 that cataract surgery won't fix is diplopia, or double vision. Now, double vision is complicated because there's a few different subsets of double vision that people can have, but probably the most common type is what we call binocular diplopia. This is double vision that you have when both eyes are open. Now, typically this type of double vision is caused by a problem with the alignment of the eye, where rather than both eyes looking perfectly straight, they're a little bit misaligned, which means they're sending two different images back to the brain. This type of double vision can be corrected by glasses with prism in them, or sometimes by surgery to adjust the muscles of the eye and adjust the alignment of the eye. However, if the double vision is caused by a misalignment of the eyes, that's obviously still going to be there after cataract surgery, so you should still expect to have that double vision after the procedure. The other type of double vision you can have is something we call monocular diplopia, and that means double vision that you're having even when you just have one eye open. Now, there can be a lot of different eye diseases that cause monocular diplopia, including cataracts, so there is a chance that that may improve following cataract surgery if that's the type of double vision that you have. Make sure to ask your surgeon if they think the cataract is the reason that you're having that double vision. Okay, on to problem number 4 that cataract surgery won't fix, and that's surface lesions, or appearance of the eye. So similar to every other part of our body, to our skin, there's age-related changes that happen on the surface of the eye that can cause some cosmetic changes. While a lot of these changes are benign, meaning you don't need to do anything about them, some patients, for cosmetic reasons or for comfort, are interested in having them removed. However, during cataract surgery, really we're working inside the eye, and you shouldn't expect cataract surgery to change the appearance of your eye. So what are some of the most common surface lesions that we see in patients who are getting ready for cataract surgery? Well, probably the most common one we see that gets confused for a cataract is what we call a pterygium. A pterygium is an abnormal growth of tissue. It's usually triangular in appearance and coming from the corner of the eye onto the front surface of the eye. Pterygium are benign and typically don't cause any problems, but they can be removed if they're causing discomfort, astigmatism, or for cosmetic reasons. However, during cataract surgery, we're not removing the pterygium. That's a separate procedure that if you're interested in, you can talk to your surgeon about. Another common surface lesion that we see is something called a pinguecula. This is very similar to a pterygium in that it's an abnormal growth that happens near the corner of the eye. These tend to be a little bit more subtle, although some patients do notice them. Now, similar to before, these aren't removed during cataract surgery and typically don't get removed at all. However, if they're causing a problem like irritation or for cosmetic reasons, they can be removed if necessary, but it's a different procedure than cataract surgery. One last surface lesion that patients ask me about all the time, whether it will still be there after cataract surgery, is something we call arcus or arcus sinalis. So arcus is that circle around the edge or around the colored part of the eye that has a little bit of a gray appearance to it. This is something that's very common, especially as we get older, and it has to do with a little bit of lipid or fat depositing into the cornea or the clear front of the eye. Now, many patients are interested in having the arcus removed for cosmetic reasons. Personally, I think arcus looks kind of cool and distinguished. However, again, during cataract surgery, we're just removing the cataract inside the eye. That arcus and that arcus appearance will still be there after surgery. Unlike the other two lesions, there's really no way to remove arcus. It's something you just kind of have to embrace. That leads us to problem number 5 that cataract surgery won't fix, which is other unrelated but common eye diseases. So many patients who are having cataract surgery may also have other eye problems that they're dealing with or being treated for. Some common ones include macular degeneration, glaucoma, or diabetic retinopathy. Now, these diseases all can cause visual problems of their own. Sometimes it can be hard to figure out whether the cataract or these other problems are causing the vision loss. But with cataract surgery, really we're focusing just on the cataract. You're still going to have these other problems. Macular degeneration is a retina problem where there's a buildup of waste material that damages the retina. Glaucoma is a problem typically with the pressure in the eye, where high eye pressure leads to damage of the optic nerve in the back of the eye. And diabetic retinopathy is a problem where high blood sugars over long periods of time can damage the retina in the back of the eye. Now, these 3 diseases are all lifelong problems. There's no cures for them. Really, they just need to be treated and monitored over time. Cataract surgery will not fix these problems. You'll still need to be seen regularly and treated separately for these eye diseases. Now, the last 2 problems on the list today, there's a little bit of a caveat to them in that they can be treated during cataract surgery, but they aren't always. During basic cataract surgery, or what insurance or Medicare will cover, the primary goal of the cataract surgery is to remove the cataract safely and to improve the vision when you're wearing your glasses or contacts. Now, during premium or refractive cataract surgery, we're actually able to correct some of the prescription of the eye, correct the astigmatism, or use some specialty lenses that will help get some range of vision. Because there's this refractive component to this type of cataract surgery, there's always some additional out-of-pocket cost. So that brings us to problem number 6 that won't always be addressed during cataract surgery, and that's astigmatism. Astigmatism can be a confusing topic, but generally speaking, it has to do with the shape of the eye and how it focuses light. Astigmatism can be corrected a couple different ways during cataract surgery, either using a laser or using a toric lens that corrects astigmatism. I won't go into the full details of astigmatism correction during cataract surgery because I've actually already made a video that really dives deep into it. Check that out if you're interested in learning more, but just know that astigmatism isn't corrected during basic cataract surgery. It can be corrected during premium or refractive cataract surgery. If you correct astigmatism during cataract surgery, you can expect to have good vision at least one range without needing the glasses. And finally, that leads us to problem number 7 that's not corrected during cataract surgery, and that is presbyopia, or the inability to shift the focus of the eye. So presbyopia is a problem that happens to everyone similar to a cataract. It's actually the predecessor to developing a cataract. So when we're young, we have a clear lens inside our eye, and that lens can actually shift the focus of our vision, and that's why we're able to see well at a variety of ranges without needing glasses. Around age 45 or so, that clear lens in our eye starts to lose its focusing power, and that's what makes it so that we need reading glasses for up close. Eventually, that lens which has lost its focusing power also starts to lose its clarity, and that's what a cataract is. Now, during basic cataract surgery, we use something called a monofocal lens, which means it just gets the vision into focus for one range, but doesn't give a range of vision. However, during premium or refractive cataract surgery, we have the option to use some specialty lenses, like an extended depth of focus lens or a multifocal lens that can give a full range of vision where you're not needing glasses for far, for intermediate or arm's length, and you have some good near vision as well without needing the reading glasses. If you want to learn more about some of these different lens types that are available during cataract surgery, I've actually made a couple resources you might find helpful. First, you can check out this video that I made that dives deep into the different lens types available during cataract surgery. The video will talk about astigmatism correction, but also the different types of lenses, our monofocal lenses, toric lenses, EDOF, and multifocal lenses, to help you make a selection for the best lens that's going to line up with your vision goals. In addition to that video, I also made a digital lens guide that you can download for free that has a lot of that same information in it and a reference that you can go back to over time. If you go down to the video description and click the link that's there, you can have that copy sent to your email. It's a great form to have to reference during the video or to reference back to after you've watched the video if you want to look back at something in the future. Well, hopefully this video was helpful and clarified some realistic expectations for cataract surgery and what it can and won't do for your vision. While cataract surgery is truly an amazing procedure that can bring a lot of clarity back to your vision, it doesn't solve all visual problems, so it's important to know what you still might have following the surgery. Let me know in the comments below if there's any other videos you'd like me to make about cataract surgery to answer the questions that you have. And until then, I'll see you next time.